Your therapist is about to start asking you if you talk to AI chatbots. Samsung is putting Gemini into 8 million devices. A guy who literally used Claude to catch cancer misdiagnosis that his mom's doctors have missed. 3 stories this week, all pointing to the same direction. Hey there, what's going on, everyone? So, every week I go through the biggest AI stories, not the hype, not oh my god, the robots are taking over, but the things that actually changing how we live and how we make decisions. Hi there, I'm Rakul. So this week I've got like 3 stories. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so let me tell you this. The therapist is about to start asking you if you talk to AI chatbots the same way they ask about sleep, alcohol, and substance use. So a newspaper just dropped in JAMA Psychiatry, and if you don't know this journal, it's one of the most respected medical publications in the world, and they're recommending something that honestly would never sounded ridiculous 2 years ago. They are saying that the therapist should start roughly asking patients whether they use AI chatbots, like for example the same way they ask about your sleep, about alcohol, and about substance use. So they want AI chatbot use added to the list. And when you think about this for a second, it kind of makes sense, right? So hundreds of millions of people are now having daily conversation with ChatGPT, Claude, Character.AI, and so on. Some people are using them as companions. Some are literally using them as their own personal therapist. And this is the part that gets wild. The primary source of emotional support is chatbot. And what these researchers are saying is that, look, these interactions are shaping how people process emotions, how they form relationships, how they perceive reality. And if you're a doctor and you don't know that your patient is talking to an AI for like 3 hours a day, you're missing a huge piece in the puzzle, right? And I wanted to be clear, this isn't saying that AI is very dangerous. That's not the point. The point is that talking to a chatbot for hours and hours of time every day changes your mental landscape, and your therapist needs to know how about the same way they need to know if you're doom scrolling at 2 a.m. in the night. So think about it. So we added a screen time as a health factor. We added a social media as a health factor. Now AI chatbot use is officially joining that list. So that's the shift. Okay, so that's AI getting embedded into how we think about mental health, but it's also getting embedded into something way more physical, the actual device sitting in your pocket right now. By December, nearly a billion Samsung phones and tablets will have Google Gemini AI running on their device, not as an app, but actually as an operating layer. So Samsung just came out and said that they're targeting 800 million devices running Google Gemini by the end of 2026. And here's the thing that most people are going to miss about this. This isn't just a Galaxy S series. This is basically pushing full generative AI capabilities, real-time transition, intelligent image editing, proactive digital assistants down into mid-range budget phones. So what does this actually mean? It means that AI is no longer a premium feature that you need to sign up for. It's not just for people who drop a $2,000 phone. It's coming to every price point, every market, and every pocket. And this also tells you something about Samsung and Google relationship. This isn't just the, hey, we have added a feature. This is basically co-defining on what device AI looks like for entire Android ecosystem. So that's massive. Here's what I keep coming back to. We talk about AI through the lens of apps and chatbots, right? So I open ChatGPT, I use Claude, but the real shift is that the one actually changes everything is when AI disappears into the device itself. When you stop opening it and it just runs in the background 24/7. So 800 million devices. So it's not a feature update. That's a whole infrastructure change. That's AI reaching basically every pocket on the planet. So let me tell you this. A guy basically fed his mom's medical records to Claude and NotebookLM every single day, and the AI just got a misdiagnosis of a doctor. This is Pratik. So he's a 34-year-old technologist, and his mother was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So this is one of the most aggressive forms of cancer we have. And what Pratik did is that every single day he exported his mom's medical records from Epic. That's basically a hospital's electronic health system, and he fed everything. For example, every scan, scan every lab result and every doctor's note into NotebookLM and Claude. He basically built a personal AI workflow that tracked her treatment in real time, not as a replacement for her doctors, but a second pair of eyes, which is basically looking for patterns, looking for things that humans who are judging dozens of patients might miss. And here is the thing, it worked. So AI caught a CAT scan misdiagnosis that her doctors actually missed. So it flagged a medical emergency before her healthcare team even saw it coming. And it actually coordinated parts of her care more effectively than hospitals' own process. So 3 critical inventions, all from consumer AI tools, not some custom $1 million system, not a research lab, just Claude and NotebookLM tools that are available to use for anyone right now. So the good part is his mother is still alive, and those interventions likely extended her life. And I think this story matters because we spend so much of time having an abstract debate. Will AI replace doctors? And this isn't that. So there's something much more interesting, and sometimes AI doesn't replace anyone. It catches what they actually miss. So I think that's enough. So look, 3 stories, completely different worlds: mental health, consumer health, and cancer treatment. But the thread is the same. So AI isn't just sitting around waiting for permission to become the part of how we live. It's already shaping how we process emotions. It's already disappearing into the devices that we carry every day. And it's already catching things that trained and experienced professionals are missing. So the question isn't whether AI is going to change your life. I tell you what, it's already doing that. And the real question is whether you're paying attention to how. If you want to stay ahead of this, not the hype, the real stuff that actually is happening in the world, please subscribe. I put these out every single week. See you on the next one. Cheers.